to the selection committee protocol. Let's see. I actually haven't read through this, so we're going to be reading through I know, decently. Proposed selection process. Establish a committee that will be instructed to place an emphasis on winning conference championships, strength of schedule, and head-to-head competition when comparing teams with similar records and pedigree. Treat final determination like a tiebreaker. Apply specific guidelines. So the first thing that it says here, chat, is that they are to place an emphasis on winning conference championships. Huh. Weird. You know who's not going to have one of those? Alabama. What's the second thing? Strength of schedule. Huh. You know who hasn't beaten a ranked team? Alabama. Whoa. No way. And head-to-head competition. If you want to go head-to-head, then they played a ranked team at home in Tuscaloosa, and they lost. So that is what they are supposed to base teams off of for essentially the top four. The criteria to be provided to the selection committee must be aligned with the ideals of the commissioners, presidents, athletic directors, and coaches to honor the regular season success while at the same time providing enough flexibility and discretion to select a non-champion or independent under circumstances where that particular non-champion or independent is unequivocally one of the best four teams in the country. So they're saying, so what this says is that they also have to take into account and be flexible to select a non-champion, such as a Notre Dame last year. So Notre Dame was really good last year, or so we thought, until they got absolutely rolled by Clemson. Or a non-champion, non-conference champion, under the circumstances where they are really, really good. So, basically, if Alabama's one loss was a 5-point loss to LSU like they have, and they played other good people, and they have rolled other good teams, then you're like, okay, Alabama deserves the 4th spot. But this is not the case. This has turned into an Alabama hate show, but I'm just trying to put into people's minds why Alabama's not going to make the playoff. What happens with the 25 ranked teams? Do they play a bowl? Yes, they do. I'm not quite sure how they select the bowls, but if you have to be guaranteed a bowl invitation, you must have 7 wins. And if there are not enough 7-win teams, everybody thinks you have to have 6 wins. But essentially, you have to have 7 wins to get a bowl invitation. And if there are not enough 7-win teams to fill all of the bowl games, then they invite 6-win teams to bowl games. So teams that would be 6-6. And then if there are not enough 6-win teams, they begin to invite 5-win teams, but not very many 5-win teams ever get invited. So essentially, it's usually, if you get 6 wins, you're probably going to get a bowl invitation. So that's how that works. I don't really know how they determine who goes to what bowl or why. Or, obviously they're going to try to match people with similar records and similar skill sets. But so moving on here into the proposed selection process. What is the last ranked team? Number 25? Right now it's Appalachian. No, it's SMU. SMU was number 25, I think. Here, I got you. College football playoff rankings.
These are the playoff selection committee rankings.
Yeah, it's SMU and Appalachian State's number 24. So Southern Methodist University. They finna win. When circumstances at the margins indicate that teams are comparable, then the following criteria must be considered. Not used, considered. Go look at their schedule after. All right, I got you. They're 10-1. They're not in a Power 5 conference. So, championships won. strength of schedule, head-to-head competition. So, like, if they played the team that's also ranked. Comparative outcomes among common opponents. Yeah, I'm like everybody kind of knows that. What else we got in here? I like the bullet points. Make it easier to read. While it is understood that committee members will take into consideration. By the way, there's a committee of 13 people? Is it 13 people that decide all these? They're made up of athletic directors and such. While it is understood that the committee members will take into consideration all kinds of data, including polls, committee members will be required to discredit polls wherein initial rankings are established before competition has occurred. Any polls that are taken into consideration by the selection committee must be completely open and transparent to the public. Strength of schedule, head-to-head competition, and championships won must be specifically applied as tiebreakers between teams that look similar. So, if you're looking to compare an Alabama team, a Utah team, and an Oklahoma team, you're going to be like, so essentially what this says is strength of schedule, which, so when they go to look at this, they're going to be like, okay, Alabama has no conference championship, and they have one ranked win, okay? That's what we've got for Alabama. And they have no Tua Tagovailoa in their starting lineup, because he is hurt and done for the season. And you can act like they're not going to take that into account, but they're going to. Then you have head-to-head competition. Oh, wait, I wasn't done yet. You have Utah, who will have a conference championship if they don't lose to Oregon. They will have 2 ranked wins. And then you have Oklahoma, who will have a 1 loss to, and then a conference championship and 4 ranked wins. Possibly 3, if Oklahoma State's still ranked after they lose. Now, so if you're looking at that, you're looking at their strength of schedule, their head-to-head competition, and the championships won. Those 3 things. If you're looking at that on a piece of paper, which one's obvious? And the funny part is they're ranked backwards. Alabama is the highest ranked team. Utah is the second highest ranked team. And Oklahoma is the third highest. What sense does that make, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody explain this to me.